and what the fight was about. Oh, good lord.
Play music!
I might just tell a short version and then play music. I wanted to read you guys a poem. And play a song. And without going into it, and I don't want to go into it, Neil and I had an incredibly hard week because we thought that things were going terribly wrong, basically, with me and with this pregnancy. We were fine, but it was very, 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 very scary. And I've never been scared in quite that way, and I've never been unhappy in quite that way. It was terrifying. And on top of that, I was sick. Like, also just like had a fever and was sick in bed. And it was really weird what I found myself doing. Like, it's weird and funny the things you find yourself doing when shit gets really real and fucked up. I found myself listening to Sufjan Stevens endlessly. And the other thing I found myself doing, because I was just stuck in bed, was I found myself relentlessly Googling the Germanwings plane crash. Because no matter how bad this thing happening to me was, that was worse. And I was taking, it wasn't like I was taking any kind of pleasure in the fact that these people, these innocent people had died and this crazy guy had run a plane into the side of a mountain for no reason really, but it somehow made me feel connected to the universe. Usually when I write poems like this, I post them to my blog. And then sometimes I just get in trouble. So I didn't. I figured I would just read it to you instead. And then you can just, if you're angry at me, then you can just come talk to me in the lobby. Which is just so much better than getting yelled at on the internet. And it goes like this. But my darling, we signed up for this when we boarded. The relentlessness, risk of each flight. The breaks come as often as the light speed through shootings. We just don't have the resource to measure it right. Like those cartoons you keep talking about in midair. Don't look down and don't ask. You only fall when you care. One plane flew straight into the mountain. We recovered the black box. We imagined the screams, the young clutching the old clutching the young. We imagined the inhuman intertwined howls of mothers and newborns as the postcardy scenery blurred past their windows, closer and closer and closer and closer. The plane finally hit. There were no survivors. The other plane flew through the mountain, then it circled the earth, never tracked, lost to radar, the pilot asleep, the transmitters gone, the clouds parting kindly, and life, it went on. The newborns grew quickly from newborns to toddlers, from toddlers to children, climbing the seats and exploring the aisles. They did not miss their missing fathers. The passengers talked, and the cockpit stayed locked. The old ones laughed out their stories of youth as the students made love and then married, had children. There were slumbers and meetings and small celebrations as they circled the earth, always at the same distance. Year after year after year, they lived like this. The children all knew, as if by instinct, not to wonder or take their poor parents to task, not to question the question that couldn't be asked. One plane was collected, Slowly, from wreckage, the bio-debris slowly sorted and tagged, the bits of each body pinged up and bagged, and the villagers stopped keeping vigil, and the lawsuits were all gradually settled, and some laws were changed, and life went on. The other plane kept circling. The old ones died of natural causes, jettisoned with love and prayer. The others kept on circling the ether, never further, never closer. Until one day, passing the sea from Spain to France, one of the newborns, a boy, 4 years older, looked out the window one morning and faltered. Like those cartoons you keep talking about in midair, don't look down and don't ask. You only fall when you care. It was so offhanded and honest, the asking, as he gazed down at the snow-covered mountains and said very quietly, "Mama, when are we landing?" And she squeezed the boy tight, and she screamed, and they shuddered. The plane finally hit, and there were no survivors. You'd think I shot their children from the way that they are talking, and there's no point in responding, 'cause it will not make them stop, and I am tired of explaining and of seeing so much hating in the very same safe haven where I used to just see helping. I've been drunk and skipping dinner, eating skin from off my fingers, and I tried to call my brother, but he no longer exists. I keep forgetting to remember that he would have been much prouder if he saw me shake these insults off instead of getting bitter. I am bigger on the inside, but you have to come inside to see me. Otherwise, you're only hating other people's low-res copies. You think I'd learn my lesson from the way they keep on testing my capacity for pain and my resolve to not get violent. But though my skin is thick and certain spots can still be gotten, it is typical rock star truly loves you. You think I get perspective from my view here by the bedside. It is difficult to see the ones I love so close to death. All their infections and prescriptions and the will to live at all in question. Can I not accept that my own problems are so small? You took my hand when you woke up. I had been crying in the darkness. We all die alone, but I am so glad that you are here. You whispered we are so much bigger on the inside. You, me, everybody. Someday when you're lying where I am, you'll finally get it. Beauty, we are so much bigger than another one can ever see. But trying is the point of life, so don't stop trying. Promise me.